Even though our next guest is the new girl in town, she's already considered the Paris Hilton of harmony. Take a look.
What beautiful luggage you have here. Wow, such quality. And your jewels, almost as bella as you are.
Oh, grazie, Luigi.
Prego, prego. So, what brings you to Roma this time? Is it a prince or a football player?
Neither. I'm here to work. Love is the last thing on my mind.
No. A beautiful woman such as yourself must have love, or you will wither like a sun-dried tomato.
Well, I had love back in the States, but the man broke my heart.
Disgraziato. You know, I have a cousin in New York, from Brooklyn. You could break this guy's kneecaps if you want me to.
Oh, thanks. But I'll be happy never to see him again.
Please welcome from Passions, Emily Harper. Thank you, sweetie. It looks like such a fun part to play.
Oh, it's such a blast.
Is
I
it?
love it. Yeah, last year they had said the character's name was Alicia that I had auditioned for, and they described her as a Paris Hilton-esque character. Fashionista, loves her chihuahua, party girl, socialite. I said, all right, let's do this. And went through the callbacks and the screen testing and fortunately landed the role.
Really
Great.
fun.
Love it.
Yeah, you're great. You're great in the role.
you.
Fun role.
Yeah.
What was your first day like? Because now this is your first full-time acting gig, correct?
Yes, first.
I mean, you've
first
done other
real
stuff,
gig.
but first full-time contract.
Little commercial work, short films, things like that. So I was ecstatic, to say the least. And the first day was a little nerve-wracking. I worked with Nikki Cox on the show, and there was a whole Vegas-type set that we had with the casinos, and it was a lot of extras and lots of things going on, trying to get the light and the cameras and remember everything you learned in acting and try to have fun with it all at the same time. So
exactly.
it was overwhelming.
And just be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That too. That too.
Yeah, all those good notes. Now, I love the fact that you color coordinate your scripts to memorize your scripts.
I do.
Tell us about that.
Everyone makes fun of me about that on
They do?
set. I'm a very visual learner, so I'm highlighting everything with action and dry blocking and lines and whatnot. So I'm a scribbler. I'm a doodler. Always have been.
You have like different highlighters for each line or
Oh yeah,
something?
it's
or?
color coordinated.
Seriously?
So each line has a different highlighter.
How many colors
my
are
lines
there, first of all?
yellow, and I usually use a pink or an orange for directorial or action type sequences that we have to do, stunt work, things
That's
like that.
probably really smart, actually.
Yeah.
It just helps.
Yeah,
helps
because
me.
everything is just a bunch of words otherwise.
Yeah, and there's a lot of material.
See, you know what?
sometimes.
I just used to get rid of everybody else's lines but my own. That's what I would do. I'd be like, my line, the rest
Yeah.
is all garbage, my line, and then my line. That's what I would do.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as you have your cues.
Exactly. How is the working with the eye patch? Because you have the eye patch on.
It's so much fun. If any of you have been following along with the story, Fancy and Noah
cute.
were arguing, and we were in a diner, and he was just about to tell me what's going on with his ex-girlfriend Maya, and a car came crashing through the window in the diner.
Of course it did.
Of course. And ended up under the car, and glass was embedded in the back of my eye, so unfortunately I had to wear an eye patch for a while. And everything's okay now, but we, Diana actually, who you had just met, we talked with wardrobe and said, let's do something fancy.
For
No
Fancy's
pun
eye
intended.
patch.
Yeah, so we did a little bedazzle thing on it, which made it very cute. So
Is it hard
fun.
to act with an eye patch? Like, how do you
You know, it
get
wasn't so
upset
bad on the
with...
short days, but the longer days, you take it off, and you're a little dizzy for about a minute,
Yeah.
but not so
But I mean,
bad.
what about trying to be emotional with your eyes covered as you're trying to act?
That's a
that'd be hard.
little strange. Just the facial expressions
That's what
and
I'm
things like
saying.
that. It kind of has a mind of its own and moves around, so you have to adjust it in your scene or your monologue or whatnot. But
Leave it to that Jim Riley to
yeah.
give you an eye patch. He's
You
the
know?
head writer of Passions,
Yeah.
and he was the head writer of Days, so he's crazy. I saw him in New York.
Oh, really?
In the lobby of a hotel. I don't think I ever saw him the whole 3 years I was on Days of
I
Our
have
Lives.
not yet. I have yet to
you
meet
met
him.
him?
Never.
But I leave it to him.
To come up with the eye patch.
And how do you feel about doing this clothing line, having them, make a clothing line after your character? How fun is
That's
that?
gonna be
I
great.
love it because it allowed me to show the professional side of Fancy too, and her kind of creative side. And my grandfather, Alistair, had said I had permission to kind of start a fashion line at Crane Industries, and then when he went into a coma, Teresa, his beloved wife, said that I could travel to Italy for inspiration for Crane Couture. And wardrobe worked out a whole deal with cranecouture.com, and I couldn't be more happier.
It's really very exciting.
Now, you had done some modeling in your career as well,
Little
previous
bit.
to this, so
Yeah.
it's kind of
Because
fun
you're very
for that one.
tall.
Yeah, 5'9".
5'9", yeah, you got that
Put
model.
the heels on and yeah.
6 feet.
Yeah, almost.
For sure. Now, did you always want to be an actress?
Yes. I was mostly a dancer growing up, but my mom was always into theater, so I was kind of introduced to the whole performing arts world at a young age.
And where did you grow up?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a Midwest girl.
Ah.
So how long have you been back out here? I mean, out here in Los Angeles?
I came down for school at Loyola Marymount University.
And you went for dance?
For college, yes. And I studied dance there. It was my dance major. And afterwards, fortunately, my senior year, I booked Laker Girls and did that for 3 years. And then went
Really?
on
You were a Laker girl? How
Cool.
cool!
Well, we're gonna take
Oh my God, look at you, how great.
we're gonna take a quick break. We want to find out more about being a Laker girl. When we come back with Emily, so don't go away. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Coming up next, Emily reveals what really goes on behind the scenes as a Laker girl.